All right, I don't know what that was, but some kind of glitch or whatever. I don't know. I had to get used to this stuff. Forgive me, apologize for all of that. I had to restart again. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Some kind of glitch or something, technical stuff. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting glitched around. Anyway, like I was saying, one of the 30-day challenge. A lot of stuff going on. This is day number 2. It's the second installment. And I'm kind of focusing on something here. I'm switching the game up a little bit on a different topic I was going to do later on, but I'm doing it now, since kind of splitting it up. But basically, it's asking a question, looking for input, suggestions, ideas, whatever you want to call it, creating your own economy. And what that means or whatever. People may not know what that means or whatever, but there's a whole lot of ways you can look at that. But taking charge of your own economy, taking charge of it, and something, basically you doing something about whatever's going on or whatever your situation is. And we're talking financially, economics, job, business, entrepreneurial, investment, stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, real estate, career, college, anything economic, because I'm deep into that stuff. But we're talking about creating your own economy. And what I want to open it up to, there's so much stuff I can get into, I don't even know where to start. But I'm just going to throw some stuff out. I'm into a concept called, that I call group economics. It's not, maybe people may call it other things. That's my specialty, is group economics. And there's a lot to that, a lot of ways you can take that. For a quick definition, or one definition, is basically, getting your resources together to come up with something that 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 people or whatever can put together and do that they control. Okay? They control it. For example, so much stuff we can bring up. I pay cable bill. Okay, I went through this with Comcast. It's just one example, a little quick story. Me and Comcast got issues. Paid the cable bill with Comcast, and they goofed me around and went through some problems with them, and I got mad at them, and I really got frustrated with them. But with cable, you feel stuck, because it's such a big billion-dollar company. It's a $1 billion company. So, you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with a $1 billion company? Or what? They don't care what I do. So, if there was a way that you could do something about Comcast, you wouldn't hurt Comcast. You wouldn't hurt them. But if you could do something where Comcast wouldn't have a stranglehold on you, they wouldn't choke you around the neck and put you in different situations. Exactly. Buying power, where the consumers sort of have control. They kind of take control, and you're not sitting there stuck in a bad, crazy situation with whoever your complaint is about. I'm just using them as an example. Whoever your complaint is about. It's a whole lot of deepness to this. I'm just kind of scratching the surface a little bit. But creating your own economy is doing something about whatever's going on, because we got a complaint. We don't like Walmart. We don't like Oprah Winfrey. We don't like Trump. We don't like Clinton. We don't like Walmart. We don't like, the cable company, whoever it is. And they're doing us bad. We don't like something that they're doing. And we feel like we're trapped. So there may be another way to do something about that. If we can do it ourselves, so we don't feel so powerless. One person maybe can't really do nothing. You're just one individual. You might not be able to do a whole lot, because, we only can do so much. We work our jobs, we do whatever we do. But if we kind of get together, we might be able to do something. And there's a lot of examples to this. But anyway, that's kind of partially what group economics is. Now, primarily the way I do group economics, and like I said, a lot of ways to do it, is kind of primarily through crowdfunding. Everybody heard about GoFundMe, about what's the other one called? Quick Kickstarter, and all this type of stuff where somebody put up a page. Hey, give me money for this, that, this, the other. I'm trying to raise $1,000, $5,000, trying to raise $10,000, $50,000 to do this, to make a movie, whatever. Spike Lee did that to make a movie in Hollywood. And that's Spike Lee. Now think about that. Spike Lee, instead of going to Hollywood, and some people criticize him. It's kind of debatable because it's different, controversial, because different people get different opinions. But Spike Lee did a Kickstarter project. A lot of artists have done this instead of going to Hollywood. Did a Kickstarter project and raised the funds. I think he raised about $1 million or whatever he needed, to do the movie. And his fans, they chipped in and they raised the money. Now that is an example, my primary example, not the only one, of group economics, where people get together and they support the thing. And there's so many different examples. So what I want people to chime in at is to come up with some examples of hey, what's up, Dewan Johnson? Welcome. Thanks a lot for checking it out, man. We're talking about group economics, creating your own economy, and where people can come up with examples. Everybody has a complaint. I mean, you mad at Walmart, you mad at somebody for doing something. They didn't give you enough chicken. They McDonald's shorted you on some fries or whatever, or somebody didn't do you right and blah blah. But you just one person. And McDonald's is $1 billion corporation. So I was talking about one aspect of group economics, because it's kind of the term is kind of it's kind of a broad term, but it's kind of an ambiguous term. So it can mean a lot of different things depending on how people define it or whatever. And I can do it from different aspects. But my particular focus on group economics is crowdfunding. And there's some other stuff too, but like I said, I can't get way deep into it, but I will. And I was just kind of getting some ideas, getting some feedback on some examples, because I got several examples myself, not just out there examples, but some examples of people, maybe getting played by something. You don't have to have a negative experience. Maybe you just want to come up with your own thing. You don't have to be negative and you mad, so you want to do so-and-so such and such about somebody did something wrong, so let's come up with our own. But you may want to do something positive. You can do it for charity. You can do it for business. You can do it for family, different reasons, but it's the same principle. Create your own economy, instead of complaining or being a victim or feeling like you're powerless. So I have some examples, that out of a whole bunch of them, but some examples. Now, one, I mentioned Spike Lee. Spike Lee had did crowdfunding, and people criticized him because he was in Hollywood. So how people's criticism was, why would Spike, go hit the crowdfunding route instead of going through Hollywood or trying to get a record label? Then you got rappers out there. I'm gonna be the next big rapper. You got beat makers. You got the examples are endless of where it can be applied. People can misapply it, and people can take advantage of it. They can kind of scam you, because the new scam is crowdfunding too. Somebody can throw up a page and tell you a sad story about somebody in the hospital, somebody sick, dying or whatever, and this and that, and they tell you all this sad story and all this type of stuff, and you donate money or whatever, and they get your money, and then they go, they leave or whatever. Hey, what's up, Jeff? How's it going, man? My subject kind of changed a little bit because the technical thing messed me up when I was putting this thing up here. It glitched out on me, so I had to redo it. But we're talking about group economics and creating your own economy. And one way to do that is through crowdfunding. Come up with your own, the way to raise money. Like, for instance, black people. Black people feel like justice hasn't been served, or feel or underrepresented or whatever, because of what's been going. Different things, they feel slighted or whatever. So what if they get together and do something themselves? Exactly, all of that. It's a million different ways that it can be used. Different examples, positive and negative. Either you mad about something or you want to do something great or whatever. But some of the projects that I have down, I'm trying to look at my little note thing or whatever. Some of the projects I have down here, let me find it. Where is it at? It's the Glen Vet. Let me find it. Of different things you can do, because my primary thing that I focus on is small business. Like small business stuff. And I'm talking about something like just something real simple, like a gas station or mechanic shop or whatever. Hair, yeah, here it is. This is what I was looking for, a little note. Okay, I found it. Like a little lawn service, any little thing. You can get big or small with it. You can be just for the family. It can be millions of dollars or billions of dollars. And it's wide open. One of the things I looked at was television shows, like entertainment. Two ways you can look at it. Well, a whole lot of ways you can look at it with entertainment. Now, back in the day, one of my favorite shows was Bill Cosby. Well, not Bill Cosby. The television show with what is it called? He was the college show from when they went to the kids, the college. Hey, what's up, Frazier? Cabs in the house. The cab drivers running things. Allie, you know about these cab drivers. Yeah, we're talking about group economics, man. I don't have a label on this because of a glitch, so I gotta whatever. We'll take care of that. But we're talking about group economics and creating your own economy. And I can't think of the name of the show with Bill Cosby spinoff. Anyway, it was a spinoff television show. And the spinoff television show, I liked it. And the show got canceled. What's up, Frazier? Hey, not much, man. I got to get with you on that stuff we were talking about a while ago. Just doing this Facebook Live thing, 30-day challenge. There you go, Uber. I'm just doing this Facebook Live thing. It's a 30-day video challenge. So I'm doing videos every day. The subject I'm talking about today, out of a whole lot of stuff I'm getting into, is creating your own economy through group economics, crowdfunding, and whatever other reasons. Putting your power in your own hands to do, whatever you need to do about whatever the situation is. All World. I can't think of the name of that little television show. I think it's My Favorite World. All World. A Different World. That's the name of it. A Different World. Now, here's my example. The TV show was A Different World. The show gets canceled or whatever. Your fans might be mad or whatever. Ooh, I hate that. Or the actors and all of these people, we're upset. Whatever, we want the show to keep going. Hollywood decided not to renew the show or whatever. This is just one example out of hundreds, if not thousands. But through crowdfunding or through customer support or through customer funding or through fan support or fan funding or even whatever, that Bill Cosby or any of these shows, if they get, let's say, 1 million fans, Dwayne, that's him dude back in the 90s. That was one of my little favorite characters on there. If you get enough fans together, like 1 million fans, maybe they spending $5, $10, whatever, let's say $10. Out of 1 million fans, you got a $10 million budget for to do a reunion episode or two, or to do a reunion season or whatever for for everything, for the film crew, for the directors, the writers, the script, the actors, the advertising budget. You got a $10 million budget, because of the fans. Screw Hollywood, because they have the power. By creating your own economy, the fans can get together and do this themselves. And there's a lot of examples for that. And the primary example I was talking about, or that I focus on, was like little small business stuff. Like let's say a gas station or, a restaurant. You want to open up a restaurant or whatever. And of course, you got to go through all of the red tape, the loans, let's say it may take 10 grand, 20 grand, 40, 50 grand, whatever it is for a franchise or to open the restaurant up or whatever. Another way to use the term or the concept group economics and creating your own economy is more than one person getting together. And there's been examples of this. Heard of an interview with Michael Basin, this guy that did this with the Popeyes chicken franchise. And he put up his house, as collateral for the Popeyes chicken franchise. And him and his family, I think it was about 4 or 5 of them or something like that. They went in and they opened up the Popeyes chicken franchise some years back. And they got that up off the ground. And then before you knew it, they had a chain of Popeyes chickens, 5, 6, 7 of them, something like that, franchises that came from the 4 or 5 family members getting together to go in and get this going. And what that really is, all those group economics, hey, what's up, Kelsey? Pizza Hut in the house. All my old folks kept it up. Talking about group economics, creating your own economy. And Kelsey, I get into this business stuff or whatever. But for the Popeyes chicken example, a real life example, they got together and they put their the finances together and they opened up the restaurant. One guy couldn't do it. Well, it depends on your credit rating, but it was easier for that to be spread out. And although it's called group economics, it's not really crowdfunding. That's actually a partnership. It's actually something like a limited partnership. It's like a joint venture partnership. And most people, when you tell them about the concept of group economics, that's why I went to this one, because most people usually have a problem with it. All right, there, man. Yeah, good to see you, man. Just check it out later, man. Glad you checking in, man. I'm the 30 days, so just catch me when you can. 30 day off for Frazier, that is. Old cab head. Cab drivers in the house. But yeah, with that Popeye's chicken example, you know what they did was it's called a partnership. It's a joint venture partnership or a limited partnership, and they all got together and got that going. You know, so it's a whole lot of different directions you can go with this. So basically, what I'm looking for is some feedback. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Whatever, I want to get too long with it, so I can organize more of this information, because there's a whole lot that this subject matter goes into. Whole lot, gets very deep. But just looking for feedback on examples of what people themselves want to do. Different ideas that you've seen. I'm just throwing out examples of entertainment events, cultural causes. You know, black folks getting together, veterans getting together, Jews getting together, Mexicans, disabled people. Somebody in the group that gets together and, you know, they pool their resources together and do something. And people talk about this all the time, but you rarely see it actually come to fruition about creating your own economy on a group level through crowdfunding or whatever. I'm primarily focused on crowdfunding, and I primarily focus on business and entrepreneurial type stuff. But it can be for anything: charity, helping kids, helping cancer patients, victims, or what have you, helping, you know, Katrina folks, whatever. You know, there's a million different ways to do it. But anyway, you get political movements, and you get social movements, you get charitable movements, and you get multimedia business ventures like entertainment. Like the example I used earlier was the cable company, and how the issues I had with the cable company. And I had a problem with them, and wasn't nothing I could do, because Comcast is $1 billion company. I felt like that. But in actuality, you know, with a little creativity and a little hard work and all this other stuff, there are some things I could do to, you know, to do something about what Comcast was doing. They had a bill that I had a dispute with them, and I'm mad at them to this day. I really don't ever want to fool with Comcast, but they're $1 billion company. So really, they could care less. I'm just a booger on them. I'm just a pimple to them, you know. But to me, and maybe a million other people, or a few 100,000 other people, or a couple thousand other people, we can get together and come up with an alternative jointly to what Comcast is doing. So rather than Comcast calling all the shots, we can do it. But yeah, I'm just looking for some feedback. You know, if you got something, just kind of hit me up on Messenger, or make some comments or whatever on the video, or whatever, whenever you see it, or whenever you want to get back to, get a chance to, give your mind a chance to think on it or whatever. And just some ideas on what you would like to do. Another thing I thought about, besides the Bill Cosby show, was a radio DJ. I don't know if you all have heard of him. This is one I used to get into with Michael Basin. I used to love Michael Basin. He was great. I loved his show. He was about the best radio show I've ever heard as far as music. I love the guy. He got canceled out of nowhere for, I don't know what the reasons were. It's just canceled. You know, nobody since then could touch what this dude has did before or after. If enough of his fans get together, just like I said with the Bill Cosby show, you get 1 million of us to get together, 100,000 of us, 10,000 of us get together. We spend $10, $5 or $10, $20, whatever. You have the budget for another show, for a whatever, the directors, the producers, the technology, the infrastructure, everything that's needed to be done to get that going. Yeah, Wayne Brady, any star that you like, you know, because let's say the star gets canceled, say the movie gets canceled, Star Wars don't get the director you want or whatever. This is just entertainment stuff. It can be trivial. You can be saving the world. You can be doing politics. You can be feeding your family. You can be doing it all different types of ways. There's a million ways to do it, you know, and you really do what you want. If maybe you never thought about it, maybe you have, or maybe it's something, you know, you haven't thought about. Just, you know, shoot me some ideas on what you know, would like to do or would like to see somebody do. And you've always figured, well, you can't fight Hollywood, you can't fight City Hall, you can't fight politics, you can't fight, you know, karma or whatever it is, you know. But with group economics, creating your own economy, there may be a way you can do it. At least, you know, like you might not be able to cure cancer or whatever, and it's not going to make the whole world a happy, beautiful, wonderful place. But you might be able to do a couple of things you'd like to do. Maybe you can get your favorite TV show back. Maybe you can open up, you know, a McDonald's franchise. Maybe you can, you know, something like that, you know. But yeah, that's all I wanted to get into for right now, and get some time for you all to come up with some ideas or whatever feedback you might maybe put it in your head, your brain cells a little bit, come up with something, you know, to help cure cancer. to help, breast cancer awareness, whatever. You just come up with all types of stuff. Everybody has their own mind, their own life, their own situation, their own circumstances, their own ideas, their own creativity, So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for tonight. Go into some details later on about the 30-day challenge and all this type of stuff, what that's about. I have my own 30-day challenge, but I'm with a group, and they're doing their 30-day. It's a video challenge. Same thing, but, whatever. And a lot of the other stuff I got going on. The website was down today, this and that, so a whole lot of stuff was going on. So that probably going to be another day, maybe 2 days to get that back up and going. But this stuff, this knowledge, this game, all this type of stuff is intense. It gets very deep, and I'm just barely scratching the surface and stuff. Oh, football team, you ain't lying. Somebody bring one to Little Rock. If Green Bay can do it, why not Arkansas? Because Green Bay ain't big as nothing. Yeah, exactly. If Green Bay can do it, why not Arkansas? So, I mean, all types of stuff, man. All types of stuff. But, yeah, just put it in the comments or shoot me a message or whatever. And I usually do this type of stuff on Thursdays for my group economics stuff and small business stuff. So, hopefully by Thursday, kind of get a little bit more of a come back to this and kind of expand into it and go a little bit more deeper into it. But, yeah, that's about it for tonight. I know it's holiday season. A lot of folks might be out getting their firecracker on or whatever they're doing, sparkles and all this other type of stuff. I don't really get into all that, but whatever, it's all cool or whatever. But yeah, I'll just gonna come back with you guys tomorrow with some other stuff I got going, because I got a ton. I have a well deep. I got tons of notes I've been taking for years. I got all types of. You know me, man. I gets deep, man. Oh, there you go. That Ice Cube thing. He came up with something. It's all about being inventive and creative. Ice Cube and his 3-on-3. They can get a whole thing going. They bring the women's league back. I don't know who watches the women's, NBA, but somebody can bring that stuff back. It's all types of stuff, man. It's all types of stuff out there, man. And somebody wanted to do it, somebody can get it done. There's different ways you can do it, but it gets very deep. And, I get deeper, way off into it, and all that type of stuff, as the days go by. But this, among many other things that I'm into a whole lot of different stuff. The whole 30-day challenge thing, break all that down. I got a whole deep thing on that. I guess into some stuff. I'm a logical, analytical type person, so I get deep into some stuff. So and look for feedback, whatever, because it's different ways to skin a cat. But yeah, so this is Kev, the Cashflow DJ with Cashflow Hustles Radio. I'm out, and I'm gonna get back with you guys. Thanks for checking it out. This is day number 2, and we got 28 more to go. Get that popping. After that's done, do another 30. Just keep it going. But it's something to kind of keep going, and then you yourselves can join me, not only just to come here, but you can start your own. You can do your own video challenge, or you can do your own 30-day, improvement challenge or development challenge, what you want to do in 30 days. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, because I have my own way of doing it too. But I'm also part of another group that's doing it. So we get into all of that. But yeah, thanks for checking me out. I'll get with you guys later. And enjoy the rest of your holiday and all of that. And peace out. Kev, the Cashflow DJ. We'll be coming back at you for another installment. I'm out. Peace. Holla. Thanks a lot now.